Hello everybody, today I would like to tell you 10 conversations between the man and the woman. Conversation number 1. The man I got the man pay attention and he was having trouble finding 44th Street and Main Street. The man B agreed with him and he replied to the man B, the man A. He could tell the man A right then what his main problem was, and they ran parallel, and he wanted to know what exactly the man A was trying to find. The man A replied to the man B. He was trying to find Sunshine Convention Center, and he was running late for a presentation, and his exhibition team was waiting for him right then. The man B suggested looking for Main Street and Highway 44 and going to the end of Main Street, and it would intersect with Highway 45. And he commented hand milk, and the man I would find the convention center on his right. By the way, his real left side was getting flat. He would put some air into it. Conversation number 2. The man suggested opening a bank account with her parents. The woman agreed with him, and she suggested filling out that application, and then she would need two forms of identification, one providing his date of birth and the other with a photo, a birth certificate, and the license would be referable. Lately, she needed a government document providing his current address, and she wanted to know if the man would like to apply for a joint account, or that account was solely for him. The man replied to the woman a joint account, and she wanted to know he needed his wife document as well, and he commented she was not there with him right then. However, he thought he had some of her identification, and the woman replied to him if she had his marriage certificate with him, they could get all the paperwork done on her behalf. However, later on, when she had time, she would drop by their branch with one piece of photo identification. All to have to do was sign that application. Number 3. The man said hello to the woman, and he said he had worked very hard for her over the past 3 years, and he had received numerous recommendations from his superiors, and he would show leadership and gain respect from his co-workers, and he would like to ask for a 35 raise. The woman agreed with him, and she said she would grateful that she saw a bar filter for her with their company, and she was ready to give him a raise. However, she didn't think their budget could afford 35%, and she wanted to know if there were any other way they could certify him. The man wanted to know how about 20% rise, a longer vacation time, and a supervisor position. The woman replied she could give him the 20% and the supervisor's position. However, didn't hold her to the longer vacation time that, and they would see how the schedules work. Conversation number 4. The woman said hello. The woman A said hello to the woman B, and she said she had a apply for the receptionist position in her office 2 weeks before, and she had been wondering if the position has been filled. The woman B said hello to the woman A, and she had been just about to contact her because they was one of the applicants they selected for an interview, and she wanted to know when the woman A was available that week. They was going to interview the candidates from Wednesday for Friday, and the woman A replied to the woman B, Thursday would be good for her, and she wanted to know how about the time. She preferred the afternoon around 2. The woman B agreed with him, and she suggested remembering that there wouldn't be anyone at the reception desk, so come straight to room 4 and asked to speak with Simon calling. Conversation number 5. The man said hello to the woman, and he said he needed to ship a very important parcel to Sydney, and it was imperative that it got there by Sunday, 11 May in the afternoon. The woman replied to him she had 2 options. He could send it by express mail, and a delivery person could arrive it there by Sunday at 4 p.m. or she could have it courier, and it would get there by Sunday at 8 a.m. The woman thought the courier would be safer, and he wants to know if there were any way he could verify exactly when the recipient got the package. The woman agreed with him, and she said she would give him a receipt and a tracking number, and then he could check it online. When the recipient received the package, they would sign for it. When they sign for it, it would show up online on his tracking number. Conversation number 6. The man got the woman got the man's attention, and she wanted to know when she got back from work, and she was thinking of making dinner right then. However, she didn't want it to get cold. The man replied to the woman he was not too sure, and he was swamped with work right then, and she didn't know when she would be able to get it done, and she could finish up her home, so he could have dinner with her. However, she didn't think that was a good idea, and he suggested starting without him, or maybe going out for dinner with a friend. The woman replied she could make something and bring it to work for him if he liked, and she wanted to know if his security would let her in. The man commented he was quite sure they would, and he suggested phoning him when she arrived, and she could come down and notify security. Conversation number 7. The man said hello to the woman, and he said he was phoning from Seattle, Washington, and he would like to make reservations for a 2-bedroom suite. And he interviewed about his name. The woman agreed with him, and she said she suggested providing airport pickup for him as well if he liked, and telling them his arrival time, flight number, and airline. The man was happy about that, and he said he was flying on Air Imperial flight 765, and he would be talking down approximately 8 p.m. Toronto time the following day, and he would be staying at his hotel for 3 days, and he would like to request the Seattle Herald newspaper while he was there. Also, he needed an 35 a.m. workout call during his stay. The woman agreed with him, and she commented she would have those requests fulfilled, and his limo would be expecting him at Pearson International Airport at 8 p.m. Conversation number 8. The man wanted to confirm the woman was the lawyer, and he wanted to know which law firm the woman was looking for. The woman replied to him she had used to be, it had been 15 years since he had changed jobs. Then she was judged in a federal court. That was the first place she had worked as the judge. The woman was surprised by that, and she wanted to know if being a judge was as exciting as it looked on TV. The woman agreed with him, and she commented she was really happy with her job then, and she thought that were less stressful than her previous job. Conversation number 9. The woman said hello to the man, and she wanted to know when he would be able to finish his work. Everyone were there, and they were thinking about ordering, and he wanted to know if they should wait for him or go ahead and order. The man agreed with him, and he said he was with a client right then. He didn't know how long that meeting would take. However, for sure, it shouldn't take longer than 30 minutes. Her guys should go ahead and order. If she could order him something as well, chicken or beef, not fish. The woman skeptic taking a look at menu. She commented on Julia, and she was ordering the chicken, and she thought March were ordering a steak, and the steak looked pretty filling. Also, she commented there were chicken platter, and she wanted to know if the man were really hungry. The man disagreed with him, and she said she would join her and Julie and order the chicken later. And he said he would also give her a call once his meeting was over, and he would need direction to the restaurant. The last conversation, the woman said good morning to the man, and he thanked him for calling Pure Man Realty Group, and she interviewed about her name. And the man said hello to the woman, and he interviewed about his name from the management department, and he said he was returning her call about the broken sink in her office. He could come by and fix it the morning after, if that was okay. The woman agreed with him, and she commented they couldn't watch anything then, and it smelled awfully bad, and she wanted to know if there were any chance she could come that afternoon. The man agreed with him, and she commented he would try to rearrange his schedule to fit her in sometime, and that afternoon he should call her again before he got there.